What if I told you that the most successful traders don't seek order, they hunt chaos? While 90% of retail traders are searching for the perfect setup, the guaranteed pattern, or the risk-free entry, elite traders are doing the exact opposite. They're walking into the storm, not away from it. This isn't reckless gambling. It's a psychological edge so powerful that Mark Douglas called it the probabilistic mindset, and it separates the 5% who survive from the 95% who blow their accounts. In the next 12 minutes, I'll reveal why chaos isn't your enemy. It's your asymmetric advantage, and you've been running from it your entire trading career. If you're building a trading career, the most dangerous lie you believe is that markets are predictable. What the top 1% know and what brokers will never tell you is that chaos creates edges. And your fear of uncertainty is exactly what's keeping you broke. Here's the mystery that haunts every losing trader. Why do your best setups fail? You've followed the rules. You've waited for confirmation. The chart looks perfect. SI oversold, support holding, volume spiking, moving averages aligned. You enter with confidence, and then the trade implodes within minutes. Stop hit, account smaller, confidence shattered. Meanwhile, somewhere in a Chicago prop firm, a trader takes the same setup in a whipsaw market. No confirmation, pure chaos. Contradicting indicators and banks 4R in the same session. What does he know that you don't? Most traders believe the myth of clean setups. They're taught that the best trades come from textbook patterns, clear support, obvious resistance, confluence of 3 indicators perfectly aligned, volume confirmation, and ideally a fundamental catalyst. The trading gurus sell you this fantasy. Wait for all your ducks in a row. But here's what no one tells you. By the time a setup is clean, institutional money has already positioned and you're their exit liquidity. The pattern you're seeing, it's not opportunity. It's a trap designed by algorithms to attract predictable retail behavior. The hidden pattern elite traders exploit isn't in the charts. It's in the disorder. When retail traders see chaos, conflicting timeframes, choppy price action, unclear trend, they freeze. When professionals see chaos, they lean in, because chaos means information asymmetry, and information asymmetry means edge. This is the first law of probabilistic thinking. Uncertainty isn't the enemy of profit. Certainty is. Mark Douglas spent 2 decades studying elite traders and discovered something shocking. The best traders don't seek certainty, they seek acceptable uncertainty. In Trading in the Zone, Douglas revealed that consistent winners operate from 5 fundamental beliefs. And the first is this: anything can happen. Not anything might happen if conditions are bad. Anything can happen, always. Every single trade. This isn't pessimism. It's liberation. Because once you accept that chaos is the default state, you stop trying to predict and start managing probability. Here's the psychological mechanism. Your brain is wired for pattern completion. It's an evolutionary survival tool. Our ancestors who saw a rustling bush and assumed predator survived. Those who needed more data became lunch. So your amygdala, the fear center Denise Shull calls the market mind's control room, constantly scans for danger and demands certainty before action. In trading, this evolutionary wiring becomes your enemy. You wait for certainty, the market moves. You miss the entry, or worse, you enter late, chasing an exhausted move, because now you have confirmation. The chaos trader does the opposite. He enters when the pattern is incomplete, when the outcome is uncertain. When retail traders are paralyzed, Steenbarger's research reveals that elite traders develop negative capability, the ability to remain in uncertainty without reaching for false certainty. They size small in chaos. They manage risk ruthlessly, but they act when others freeze. This is the edge. Not better analysis, better uncertainty tolerance. Not superior prediction, superior probabilistic execution. Think of it this way. Trading in chaos is like surfing in a storm. Beginner surfers wait for calm, glassy waves, perfect conditions, no wind, crystal clear water. But by the time conditions are perfect, the beach is crowded and the best waves are already taken by locals who've been waiting since dawn. Expert surfers paddle out when the ocean is angry. The waves are unpredictable, inconsistent, dangerous. Most people won't even try. But that's exactly why the expert gets the ride of his life's Euro competition. Massive energy in the water, and the skill to navigate what others fear. Chaos isn't the problem. Your inability to operate within it is. The wave doesn't care about your fear. It rewards your preparation. An analysis suggests that traders who embrace chaos don't have crystal balls. They have better risk management systems and emotional regulation protocols. They're not smarter. They're more disciplined in uncertainty. The constructive perspective: start small. Take one trade this week in a choppy, unclear market with conflicting signals. Size down to 0.25%. Risk make the trade meaningless financially, but meaningful psychologically. The goal isn't profitize building your chaos tolerance muscle, because that muscle is what separates the 5% who survive long-term from the 95% who quit within 2 years. Think of it this way. Trading in chaos is like surfing in a storm. Beginner surfers wait for calm, glassy waves, perfect conditions, no wind, crystal clear water. But by the time conditions are perfect, the beach is crowded and the best waves are already taken. Expert surfers paddle out when the ocean is angry. The waves are unpredictable, inconsistent, dangerous. Most people won't even try. But that's exactly why the expert gets the ride of his life's zero competition. Massive energy, and the skill to navigate what others fear. Chaos isn't the problem. Your inability to operate within it is. An analysis suggests that traders who embrace chaos don't have crystal balls. They have better risk management and emotional regulation. They're not smarter. They're more disciplined in uncertainty. The constructive perspective: start small. Take one trade this week in a choppy market. Size down to 0.25% risk. The goal isn't profit, it's building your chaos tolerance muscle. If this is blowing your mind, stop right now and hit the subscribe button. Why? Because what comes next will blow up your view on why elite traders deliberately seek market conditions that terrify everyone else. And if you don't subscribe, the algorithm will hide my next secrets from you. Here's the second mystery. Why do elite traders increase position size during drawdowns while you're cutting yours? You're down 5% on the month. Your confidence is shaken. Every losing trade feels like confirmation you don't belong in this game. So you size down to 0.1% risk per trade. Or worse, you stop trading entirely and wait for clarity. Meanwhile, a professional trader at a prop firm hits the same 5% drawdown and raises his position size to 1.5% risk per trade. Is he insane? Is he revenge trading? Is he gambling his way out of a hole? No, he's operating from a psychological principle that Mark Douglas called thinking in probabilities. And it's the most counterintuitive edge in trading. Most traders believe drawdowns are punishment for being wrong. They internalize losses as personal failures. I'm a bad trader. I can't read the market. Maybe I don't have what it takes. Maybe I should quit while I still have capital. This emotional spiral is what Denise Shull calls the shame-fear loop, and it's neurologically hardwired. When you lose money, your brain releases cortisol, the stress hormone. Your prefrontal cortex, responsible for rational decision-making, goes offline. Your amygdala, responsible for fear response, takes over. You're no longer trading your system. You're trading your trauma. You're making decisions to avoid pain, not to maximize edge. But elite traders have rewired this response. They don't see drawdowns as failure. They see them as variance, say statistical inevitability in a probabilistic game. And when variance creates undervalued opportunities because retail traders are scared and sitting on the sidelines, they strike. Here's what elite traders understand. In a system with positive expectancy, drawdowns aren't a sign to quit, they're a signal to lean in. This is the second fundamental belief from Mark Douglas. You don't need to know what's going to happen next to make money. If your edge is real, your system has been back-tested over thousands of trades and shows positive expectancy, then a 5% drawdown doesn't mean your edge disappeared. It means you're experiencing the inevitable losing streak that happens in any probabilistic system. The edge hasn't changed. Your emotional reaction has. Think about a casino. The house has a 2% edge on roulette. Does the casino panic when someone hits 3 jackpots in a row? Do they shut down the table? No. Because they know over 10,000 spins that 2% edge will materialize. They don't size down after a bad night. Elite traders operate the same way. Brett Steenbarger's research on proprietary traders shows that the best performers increase exposure during drawdowns, not out of desperation, but out of statistical confidence. They've tested their system rigorously. They know their edge is real. They trust the probabilistic process. Here's the neurological shift. When you accept that losses are part of the system, not a reflection of your identity, cortisol stops hijacking your brain. You stop trading emotionally. You start trading mechanically. This is what Denise Shull calls emotional detachment through acceptance. The loss doesn't sting less, but it no longer controls your next decision. It's possible to interpret this as the ultimate psychological edge, the ability to lose without being a loser, to draw down without breaking down, to stay probabilistic when everyone else gets emotional. Here's your second analogy. Trading through a drawdown is like a professional poker player on a cold streak. An amateur loses 3 hands in a row and thinks the deck is rigged. He quits the table or starts playing, emotionally chasing losses, bluffing recklessly, going on tilt. A pro loses 3 hands and thinks, I'm playing optimal strategy. Variance is hitting me right now. If I keep making positive expectancy decisions, the math will reward me over 1,000 hands. He doesn't change his bet size because he's losing. He changes it based on position, pot odds, and equity factors, completely independent of recent results. This is what you must build. The ability to execute your system even when results aren't validating you. Because if your system is sound, the market will validate you, but only if you don't abandon ship during variance. Start tracking your trades, not by profit, but by process adherence. Did you follow your rules? Then it was a winning trade, regardless of P&L. If you're still watching, you are different from most people. Prove it. Leave your like now and subscribe. Because people like you deserve to know all the secrets I'll reveal in the next videos. Here's the final and most powerful mystery. Why do elite traders deliberately take losses they could avoid? You're in a trade. It's moving against you. Your stop is at $50, but the price is at $48. You think, if I just move my stop to $45, maybe it will bounce. So you do. And sometimes it works. But here's what the top 1% do. They watch the price hit $48, $49, $4,950, and they let the stop get hit at $50, even though they know it might reverse. Are they stupid? Are they leaving money on the table? No, they're protecting something far more valuable than that one trade: their psychological integrity. Most traders believe that avoiding losses is smart trading. I'll just give it a little more room. This level is definitely support. But what you're actually doing is training your brain that rules are negotiable. That discipline is optional. That you can override your system when fear kicks in. Mark Douglas calls this the most dangerous trade you'll ever make. Not because of the money at risk, but because of the psychological precedent you're setting. Every time you move a stop, you're not just risking more capital. You're destroying your ability to trust yourself. And without self-trust, no system in the world will save you. Here's the secret that connects all three cases. Elite traders aren't trading the market. They're trading their relationship with uncertainty. Case 1 showed you that chaos is where edges exist. Case 2 showed you that drawdowns are variance, not failure. And now Case 3 reveals the ultimate truth. Your greatest enemy isn't the market, other traders, or algorithms. It's your inability to follow your own rules when it's uncomfortable. Mark Douglas discovered that the single biggest predictor of long-term success wasn't intelligence, capital, or strategy. It was what he called the discipline to take your loss. Professional traders take small, predetermined losses without hesitation. Retail traders fight every loss, hoping it will turn around. The pro knows that protecting his psychological state is more important than protecting his ego. Denise Shull's neuroscience research confirms this. When you honor your stops, you're training your prefrontal cortex to override your amygdala. You're literally rewiring your brain for discipline. Brett Steenbarger found that elite traders view losses as tuition, the cost of doing business in a probabilistic game. They don't take losses personally because they've separated their identity from their results. An analysis suggests this is the hardest psychological shift in trading. Accepting that you can do everything right and still lose. But once you make that shift, trading becomes simple. Not easy simple. You execute your edge. You manage your risk. You let probability do its work over hundreds of trades. Here's the final analogy. Trading with discipline is like a surgeon in the operating room. When complications arise, the surgeon doesn't panic and improvise. He follows protocol. Why? Because protocols are designed for chaos. They've been tested over thousands of surgeries. The moment the surgeon starts feeling his way through it, people die. Your trading stops are your protocol. They're designed to protect you when chaos hits. Moving them is like a surgeon ignoring sterilization because this one time is probably fine. The constructive lesson. This week, take 3 trades. Before entering, Write down your stop level and why you chose it. Then, no matter what happens, honor that stop. If the trade reverses after you're stopped out, don't regret it, celebrate. You just proved you can follow your own rules. That's worth more than any single winning trade. Because traders who can't take losses eventually take catastrophic losses. Traders who embrace small losses as part of the system, they survive long enough to win. So here's what we've uncovered. Elite traders don't avoid chaos, they hunt it. Because that's where retail fear creates opportunity. They don't fear drawdowns, they embrace them. Because variance is the cost of playing a probabilistic game. And they don't fight losses, they honor them, because discipline is the only edge that compounds over time. These aren't three separate secrets. They're three expressions of the same truth. The market rewards those who can operate in uncertainty without needing certainty, who can lose without breaking, who can follow their system even when every fiber of their being is screaming to deviate. If these secrets blew your mind, you need to see my next videos. But only if you hit the bell icon. Otherwise, you'll lose the most powerful secrets in trading psychology. What is your opinion on the ideas presented in this content? Leave IT in the comments. Send this to that trader friend who needs to hear this. This content is strictly educational and analytical and does not constitute financial advice or investment recommendations.